There were a group of us that went to Israel in 2002, and we came back with just this deep sense that we needed a place of prayer to gather the church together, and there was some efforts to kind of move forward on that. Nothing ever really happened, and then Mark Schmutz called his congregation together for prayer for 30 days.
When I said, what do we do? He said, call North Lake to a morning watch at 5 a.m. I'm like, okay. So I wrote that down in my journal. I thought, that's simple enough. I can do that. I don't know what the response will be. And I never even heard of the watches of the night. So, morning watch was a new phrase to me. Had to learn more about it later. Of course, to see it in Scripture all over the place, and then to learn more about what that was talking about. But when I asked them, and Lord, why would I tell them they should do it? And he said, well, tell them that's what I did. And by that, I was drawn to Mark 1:35, where it said that very early in the morning, while it was still dark, the Lord would go up and go to lonely places to pray.
How we got there was prophetic, so there was a word that led us to that place in Kansas City. So when we went together, and some people had prophesied over the whole group, 20-something of us, it was extraordinary, that whole experience. And then to have Mark respond and say, I think we should do something. At least our congregation is going to do something. It was like, oh, this isn't talk anymore. We're actually going to do this. And at first it was kind of, well, this could happen and we could do this and it could look like this. But then when Mark said 5 a.m. prayer, it got real quickly.
We all thought that was a great idea and asked if we could tag along with them, and so we did. We had a lot of people that for 30 days committed to be there every morning, and it began to really change the atmosphere and things. To see people on their face, crying out and just calling on God to come in.
And so we decided we'd start, since it was a 30-day window we were challenged to embrace. We thought we would just start January 2nd, since it's a 31-day month. We'd try to skip launching something on New Year's Day, and then we would see what happens.
The divine experiment. Yeah, I still got the little folder that explains to people why we are here at 5 a.m. And it was an extraordinary time. I think that everything kind of coalesced at one period in time when a bunch of different people were willing to say yes. And so there was some momentum behind it. There was some excitement about it, and it carried through. I mean, it was the dead of winter in here, where people were gathering at 5 a.m. to pray.
I had friends who said, I only showed up because I thought you'd be alone. And we had 88 people the first day, which was very exciting, and the people were just kind of like, wow, who would have thought that many people would show up? But of course, we all agreed quickly, said the sign will be, is there more than 88 30 days from now? Which there were 188. And it was at the end of that we felt the Lord say, don't return to your old lifestyle.
We started looking for a place where we could actually do prayer. We started looking at facilities that might be able to accommodate a house of prayer. We'd seen what one looked like, so that helped. A double-wide trailer, it didn't take much, apparently, to get that thing going. And so we thought we could do that here. And we started looking around. We still didn't have any kind of infrastructure that would be able that we could create a foundation to build on. It was all of us just kind of in there together, working hard together, serving together, and then the Lord opened up a building for us, and we started meeting morning and night with the same kind of enthusiasm we had when we were meeting in the mornings that first 30 days.
My personal conviction has always been that Hebrews 11:40, it's only together that we're going to receive what the Lord has for us. And so to have a place to seek that together is vitally important.
And what started to be 30 days turned into 60 days, turned into 90 days, turned into now 10 years. And it's just one of those things that God put it on our hearts, but then began to expand and grow it as we got into it. I don't think anyone had the idea of where we are today in mind when we started.
And in the months following is when Three Rivers House of Prayer was birthed, and we moved from North Lake over here to Evangel's building as they were giving it to be the House of Prayer. And I think that was August the 3rd of '07.
I think that we saw this as a way to increase the water level of prayer in the community in a significant way, personally, without depending on somebody else, but just investing ourselves into it. Yeah. So I think it was God's heart, not ours, to have a house of prayer here.